So I'll read out who's put the question as well, if that's okay. So this is from Don Flynn. Don's here. Schools in Greenwich are threatened by the academy programme. Are you satisfied that Greenwich Council is doing all that can be done to resist it? What would you do to defend our local schools? This one is from CASE, which is the campaign against state education. Yeah. I love acronyms. The question is, will you actively resist academisation if elected? Question from Dorinda Duncan. As academisation is prevalent in the borough, what is the position of the councillor candidates? Paul Paluch Edwards over here. How will you oppose the academisation of schools? And one more here, which I think might have been from Zainab originally. Many of our schools have converted to academy while some are in the process. If elected as a council, will you stop or try to resist academisation? Clearly a topic that people feel very strongly about, and there's half a dozen or so questions there, all on the same thing, effectively asking the same thing. So I'm going to ask each candidate to try and address those points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Again, can I give a minute and a half on this, Brucey?
Yeah.
Is that going to be enough? Do we think minute and a half? Are you happy with that? Yeah, minute and a half on this question.
Okay, thank you. So my experience so far, looking at academies, but I don't have children myself, but my experience with academies so far, they can work quite well when it's about technology or sports, the specialised areas. But generally, what we seem to get from academies is money going to high wages and control going away from the community. So personally, I'm not very impressed with them, and I would like to resist them far more than we are at the moment. If we are getting academies, and that's kind of where the government's pushing towards us, we need to make sure that as a council, we push towards more control and input from local residents, parents, governors. This is not just about the academies running things themselves, setting their own agendas and ways of doing things. We actually get a voice in those things as well. So that's pretty much what I'll be about. It's about making sure our voice is there if we have to have them, and if we can push it away from them, we will do so.
Thank you very much, David.
Thank you, John. I'm a member of CASE, so Declaring Interest, and I think agree with actually what Zia said. There is a danger. I recently visited Greenwich Free School, which is in our ward, the only secondary in our school. It's a free school, not an academy. But you do have the sense that it is a bit sort of, it's a bit sort of very rigorous and sterile environment. And you hear about the other academies, you hear teachers say, very, very regimented environment. I'm not sure it provides the best environment for children to prosper, to challenge, and to be really sort of great citizens of the world. Having said that, of course, we've got to work with all schools. But my view, very strongly, is that we have to work very hard to resist further academisation. I'm absolutely in support of local accountability and parents being able to have a say if there's a proposal for an academy. And so far, there have been no balance of parents where academies have been proposed.
20 seconds.
And where there are academies where we do lose that battle, there'll be some great campaigns. I was chair of John Rowan for many years, and when I left, the new head tried to turn it to an academy, and they ran a great campaign at John Rowan to stop it becoming an academy. So where it does turn to an academy, like Nightingale School, for example, I would say you need to work with a Greenwich standard to ensure they're still part of the Greenwich family, pay the London living wage, employ only qualified teachers, and recognise trade unions.
Yes. Well, I just want to touch on what David said about parents not having a voice. I'm actually a parent. Both my children do attend academy, one in Nightingale and one in Haley's academy, and I feel as a parent I was not given a voice. Now, what we need to understand is that the decision to become an academy it's not made by Greenwich Council. It's made by the governing body. So I personally have been resisting this for some time, and I think the council, one of the questions was asking whether the council is doing a lot. Well, in the manifesto, it does say that the council will resist this, but I think we could do more in terms of resisting, or we could resist harder. One way is to make sure that the council is doing consultation with the stakeholders, so just with the parents as well as with the governing body, to make sure that the resources are available for teachers, for the head teachers, so they feel there isn't a need to become academy, because as a trust, the trust are there to make money. It's not the same, they don't have the same objectives as the local government, and they're not acting in the best interests of the children or the parents. In other words, I think they're maximizing the quantity instead of quality. So they're spreading head teacher. For example, Nightingale's head teacher has been split now across 2 schools. So I think the council need to provide more resources, and that is what I will be pushing for.
Right, thank you, Ida.
Trying to speed through that.
Hello. Yes. So, I'm not for academies. I don't think that they're a good type of way to educate, especially with the fact that they have a 2-tier governing body system, where you don't get to necessarily make the decisions that you need to make, especially if you're a parent, just like Ivis spoke about. I think local authority schools are the way to go. I went to one myself, and I think Greenwich Council should and will always, if you elect me and if I'm on there, I am definitely going to be pushing to resist academizations of schools. One of the things I think we can do to help that is to ensure that schools maintain their standards. I think that's really, really important. And to do that, we can meet with head teachers to understand their issues that they have. But also importantly, the thing that happens with academization, or should I say academies, is that schools have more finance. They're able to come together and offer managerial positions to teachers and take away certain teachers from other schools. And sometimes I think what the council can probably help with, or what we can push for, is allowing local authority schools to come together and share resources. And I think that's a way we can help schools out to resist academization and improve their standards. Thank you.
Right, thanks very much.